In a future time, children will work together to build a giant cyborg. Robot parade, wave the flags that the robots made.
Hey guys, this is FUHA. Once again, we're back. Big words with Andre Habet. And for our first guest, we have someone that his stuff is incredible. Jason Poland of Robbie and Bobby. Say hi.
Hi, how's it going?
How are you doing, Jason?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I really like your stuff. So for everyone who doesn't know, what is it that you do?
I make a webcomic. I post it online 3 days a week and make the jokes.
Cool. What's it called?
It's called Robbie and Bobby.
All right. What's it about?
It's about a robot and his boy, and they just kind of hang out. They don't have any obligations.
I like how you say a robot and his boy. I always thought it was a boy and his robot.
Well, there's sort of this parental nurturing role that the robot has, Robbie.
Yeah, so. Yeah. But sometimes that gets like flipped as well, and like, I don't know. What was the idea behind like Bobby's personality? Because like, you know, you're obviously read things like Calvin and Hobbes and that sort of relationship, but yours is different in terms of like Bobby is clearly like immature, but he also has this weird intelligence and weird interests as well. What do you think about that?
He's just kind of developed because in the 5th grade I used to write stories about him, and he would go off on these adventures and make friends with rocks and trees, and there'd always be like a big explosion at the end.
So how did Robbie come about then?
In college I made a strip, and I put Bobby in there, and I started tooling around with some markers and drawing this robot character. So I put them on a hill together, having a little chat, and that was their first meeting, and it seemed like they had a good friendship going. So. Oh,
that's cool. So you actually had like an origin story for the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes they just jump into the premise, right?
It pretty much is just kind of a jump in, but I guess you'd call that the pilot.
Yeah. When did you start drawing? I guess you said from when you were in 5th grade or earlier than that?
Mm-hmm. When I first started drawing Bobby, he looked more like an electrical socket, just like 2 lines for the eyes and a smile. And in 2003, I started doing Robbie and Bobby for the Daily Cougar. Mm-hmm. And for about 3 years, I did it 5 days a week. It was really good practice.
When do you take it online?
I did a little bit here and there, but you know, I didn't really know much about web development. Mm-hmm. But I got a Blogspot account in 2009 and started really going at it.
And then the website was released last year, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's really nice too. It's clean. Some of them are just cluttered with all these weird ads on the sides.
Well, I'm trying to get to that point.
Yeah. You want the ads. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like you'll see one and it's like the ad is bigger than the comic strip. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with that. But how has doing it on the internet changed it for you?
Almost immediately. I got a digital tablet and I started drawing like that, and my style changed. And also not having any size restrictions was really great. I can do these really ridiculously long ones, or I can do animated GIFs. Things like that are really great to just if I want to try something different on day to day.
Do you do anything else outside of Robbie and Bobby? I know you were published in Nano Fiction as well, and you did Sweden Sting, right? Is that the name of it? Mm-hmm. And how did that come about, that chance to, because Nano Fiction, like, I love that one too.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I've known Kirby for a while, and at the last Indie Book Fest, she talked about maybe doing some comics for the next Nano Fiction, so she said I could just pretty much do whatever. So I decided to do something about bees, because I used to keep bees.
Oh, okay.
And I had a story about 2 queen bees. I wanted to see what would happen if they both hatched at the same time, and it's a pretty fun story.
Yeah, and I like the layout you did for it, like just the hexagons. Mm-hmm. That was really cool. Why did you decide to do it like that?
I guess I was trying to do sort of like a diorama maybe, where you're sort of looking into the hive. Mm-hmm. And I also removed dialogue to make it more insect-like. So, and it was just another challenge just to try how it would look.
So where do you think the humor of Robbie and Bobby comes from?
I don't know. It's kind of got this, there's a lot of sad undertones. Like,
Like, where's Bobby's parents?
I don't know. Maybe he's adopted.
Perhaps, yeah. By Robbie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never thought about that. Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe he left was left on the doorstep.
That's legal in some states, I guess.
Yeah. I'm
So,
searching for it every day.
how do you maintain a schedule, like in terms of ideas? Because I write, but like the way you come up with different ideas, like they don't seem stale at all. Like they always seem like they have a lot of life to them.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I try to make myself laugh first.
Okay.
When I make my idea, and I do think about if I've done this idea before, or if anyone else has done it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do revisit some themes a lot. As far as keeping it fresh and keeping a schedule, I just feel I would get out of practice if I didn't keep it up. I mean, I was doing it 5 days a week at one time, and just having a deadline helps. Whether or not you think it's that good, just putting something out there, and honestly, no one else will probably hate it as much as you do. So.
No, yeah. Your own worst critic, I guess.
That's right.
So you recently had Robbie and Bobby published as a book.
Oh yeah, here it is. It's nice, perfect bound. That's really cool. No staples.
How do you feel about it?
I'm excited. I really like it. It turned out nice.
What do you think is the advantage of having them all collected in one area? I mean, of course, selling them, right? But do you think, looking through it, did you feel like there was a story going along or anything that was recurring? You said you have some themes that you develop a lot.
It's chronological, so you do get to see how it developed over the 6 months of the archive it went through. And yeah, you'll see some stuff pop up again. What I like most about it is whenever I buy a comic from a web cartoonist I really like, you have more attention to give when it's in a book, because when you're online, you know, somebody's emailing you or whatever.
Yeah.
So you just need to have a quiet time with the comic and really appreciate it. Kind of like, I don't know, it's funny, you have to go back to print to legitimize it in a way.
Yeah. What's your goals right now with Robbie and Bobby, or your comics?
I want to keep up my schedule, and I want to continue to go to more conventions. That's something that's sort of new for me too. And I applied for TCAF, which is the Toronto Comics Festival, and I'm on the waiting list. So I may hear back, I may get to go, but I'd like to go try some out-of-state conventions.
Cool.
And eventually I would like to try to be self-sufficient with it.
Nice. So we're just talking again about how cartoonists seem to be really nice people. What do you think that is?
Well, mostly they're just being nice. You know, they all have ulterior motives.
They just want you to buy their comics.
Yeah, it's all for show. Actually, no, they are really nice. I think it's better because oh, I know exactly what it is. Here, I got it. Okay, so when you're drawing comics, it's not really social, like maybe going out and like jamming with a band or something. So the chance you get to like online and to chat, it makes you feel like I'm not the only one stuck in my room hours a day drawing comics. This is really cool. Like you have to deal with, you know, drippy ink and all the kind of problems I have too. So
have you ever had like a meltdown while drawing any of your comics?
I try to turn it into a comic. Like one of my favorite comics is actually this one here I put on the back, and it's about how, you know, Bobby's got really high hopes for the day, and then they just go ahead and get into this sack, and then this guy throws them in a river. So that was like, oh, this is not going well at all. So that's how my morning started, but it turned out all right.
Yeah, it made a good comic too.
Yeah.
So what are some of the people you like? Like, what did you read when you were growing up, or what do you read now?
Oh, I guess I'll start when I was growing up. Like, I really loved Calvin Hobbes, obviously, and The Far Side was really great. I just loved how dark it was, and it was smart. They were both really smart comics. I remember asking my teacher what an atheist was in 4th grade. We're in a really conservative community.
Yeah.
Of course, thanks to Calvin, I know.
That's great. What is it that you normally look for when you read a comic? I mean, the humor, and I guess, what else, an original take on something?
I mean, art's not so important. I like intelligence, I guess, like something that's smart. And there are some good comics that are they're just like parody comics, but I really like ones that, you know, like you say, they're just original takes. But yeah, just the best ones are ones that are like, they're pretty honest. Like it feels like you're getting to know the artist as well. Like this is like a part of them they're sharing with you.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead to our second to last segment, and this is where I ask you some really serious questions.
All right.
So, first one is, if you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be?
That's a good question. I think I would like to probably Anthony Clark from Nedroid. He's pretty good.
Cool.
Or actually, the guys who do Butter Safe. Do you ever read that comic?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's really great. There was a really good one today.
Nice. You participated in SOPA last week, right? Mm-hmm. What's your take on it right now?
There's a lot of good points, because I read an argument saying that just taking down your website doesn't really do anything because the legislation can return in different forms, and it doesn't really cost anything to take your website down. You know, it's kind of like the, oh, I'm not going to buy gas today. I'll really get the oil companies. So I think it's pretty bad for almost all emerging businesses have some online presence, and it's kind of just coming into its own now. And so many people are on it. They don't, I mean, most of the people voting for the bill or supporting it don't really know how the internet works at its deepest level.
They're so old.
Yeah, they're so old, man. They still have Yahoo accounts.
Oh man, I was looking at someone who had a Hotmail account, and I sort of felt sorry for him.
You're just like,
why? Second one is, what's on your music playlist right now?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me think. I'm actually, when I draw, I listen to a lot of podcasts. That kind of helps me.
Cool.
Do you listen to the Ink Panthers?
No, what is that?
They're two cartoonists, and they're really funny. They had a, I say that, and I say that I like smart humor, but my two favorite episodes are about drawing presidential boners, and also a lot of poop. So, but they're very smart also.
But yeah, the last thing I want to ask, we normally do a segment called Big Words, where, you know, the show is called Big Words, so...
I prepared for this.
Yeah, what's your big word?
Portmanteau.
All right, tell us what it is.
It's when you, when two words are combined to be one, sort of like blobject. Like a Ford Taurus is a blobject.
Okay.
That was my friend's example of that word.
Blobject.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Amorphous, yeah.
So can you tell us where people can find your comic?
Oh, well, it looks like this. I'll hold it up again. You can get it at Domi.
Okay.
And it's also at...
It's right over there.
Yeah, we're right next door, right behind there. And it's also at the Washington location of Bedrock Comics.
And what's the website URL?
It's RobbieandBobby.com.
RobbieandBobby.com. That's very easy, guys.
It's okay if you misspell it. Google will autocorrect it.
Yay!
There you go, Google.
Well, thanks a lot for being on the show, Jason. It was really nice having you on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for checking out FUHA. We're back again, new year, and check us out online on FUHA.com. I mean, not FUHA.com, Facebook.com/TheFUHA, and on YouTube, YouTube.com/3094tube. We'll see you next time.
Oh yeah, before I go, I want to give you this book, because thanks for having me on the show.
Okay, cool.
There's electric cars, there's electric trains. Here comes a robot with electric brains. Robot parade, wave the flags at the